Imagine waking up in a cold, cramped space to the sound of someone opening a door. They reassure you and gently lead you into a small room. While one person soothes you, another person inserts a needle into your leg. You don't know what you have done to deserve this. All you've ever wanted is a nice, loving family and a warm bed. You slowly begin to lose consciousness. Everything gets fuzzy. You can even feel your heartbeat begin to slow. Finally, you close your eyes and breathe your last breath. In reality, thousands of innocent animals experience this harrowing nightmare each day. They haven't done anything wrong. There was simply no one to take them home and no space for them to stay. The process that I just described is called euthanasia. But there is something that you can do to help prevent these innocent animals from being killed. In this speech, I will attempt to persuade you to choose adoption and to make it your only option when you choose to add a pet to your family. To highlight the value of adopting from an animal shelter, I will discuss the three major benefits of adoption. The first is that most animals that arrive at animal shelters have already received some basic training. These animals cost significantly less than purchasing a pet from a pet store. The last and most important benefit that I will be discussing is that adoption can reduce the number of euthanasias each year. When you purchase a pet from a pet store, your furry friend is usually 6 to 9 weeks old. For the duration of their life, they have lived in a cage or been on display. There haven't been very many walks, if any, and their opportunities to play with humans have been very limited. There definitely hasn't been anyone to train them. According to Pamela Barlow, a behavior counselor at the ASPCA Adoption Center, most animals that enter animal shelters have already received some basic training. They even know a few tricks. They're usually already housebroken, and they have clearly established personality. One common misconception about adopting is that there's something wrong with the animals. But don't judge a book by its cover. In most cases, owner surrenders are due to circumstances not even related to the pet's behavior. A couple good examples are pet allergies and a move to a residence that does not allow pets. A safeguard is in place to ensure smooth and successful adoption. This safeguard is behavior evaluation. This service is offered at no additional cost. This is one example of how adopting from an animal shelter saves new owners a significant amount of money. The second benefit that I will discuss is how you can actually save money by adopting versus purchasing from a pet store. Pamela Barlow says that pets adopted through reputable rescue groups have already been spayed or neutered, vaccinated, and microchipped, additional to the behavior evaluation. The average cost of adoptions in our area is $100 to $150 with all services included. The cost of purchasing a pet store and then providing the services at your own expense is drastically higher. According to costhelper.com, the cost of neutering a dog is between $45 to $135, whereas spaying costs between $50 to $175, because spaying is a much more complicated procedure. Puppy vaccines cost anywhere between $15 to $30 per round, and 3 to 4 rounds are required. This totals $60 to $120. If you've been keeping count, the total of just the lowest range of services adds up to $145 and you haven't even adopted the puppy. The typical cost of purchasing a pet from a pet store is anywhere between $300 to $1,500 depending on the breed, gender, and quality of the pet. That brings us to a grand total of $445. And keep in mind, that's just the lowest range of the cost of these services. Adopting instead of buying can save you at least $295. The third and most important benefit is the reduction of the euthanasia rate. The ASPCA states that 7.6 million animals enter animal shelters each year. Of this number, 2.7 million companion animals are put to death each year by euthanasia. In the model of human and companion animal dynamics, Joshua Frey defines substitution as adoption by people who would have otherwise chosen to purchase from different sources. He goes on to say that if the adoption rate increased 90% through substitution, that our region could sustainably reduce the number of dogs killed each year to 0. The next time you choose to add a pet to your family, please keep in mind, for every pet that is purchased, another pet is in an animal shelter waiting even longer to find its forever home. In this speech, I discussed 3 important benefits. The first was that animals who are in animal shelters have already received basic training. The second is that the cost of adoption is dramatically lower than the cost of purchasing a pet from a pet store. And lastly, adoption can lower the rate of euthanasia. To find a companion animal in your area for adoption, please visit aspca.org/adopt or petfinder.com. Thank you.